Hey guys, I keep getting a lot of queries on fungal infections both on Instagram and on Facebook, and also we're in summer. This is a time we're seeing rampant fungal infections all across the city, and in fact a lot of my colleagues tell me also across the country, and this has been a pattern for the last 2 or 3 years. So I'm going to spend some time talking about fungal infections. There are plenty of fungal infections in the body. The one I'm talking about is what is popularly known as ringworm, which is these little round patches that you get which are cleared in the center, and they're like, spreading on the corners, and they're extremely itchy. So when people get it, you really cannot stop itching. Now, in an earlier time, a lot of people used to use over-the-counter remedies and they would get better. But I can tell you right now, fungal infections has become rampant. It's almost become something which has become impossible to treat even with good antifungals. So the moment you notice any patch that looks like a ringworm, run to your nearest dermatologist. Do not waste any time trying to seek home remedies or over-the-counter medications. A dermatologist will examine you and immediately know if it's a fungal infection. However, if you've been putting creams which have altered the way the fungal infection looks, they can also do a little scraping and look at it under a microscope, which will definitely tell us whether it's a fungal infection. So let's assume that the diagnosis is confirmed and you know you've got a fungus. It is so very important to take both oral as well as topical antifungal applications, and any dermatologist will go to, whether you've got one patch or you've got 15 patches, will definitely put you on an oral antifungal. These are usually known as azole drugs like itraconazole or something called terbinafine. They are meant to be taken exactly the way the doctor recommends for the period of length that is recommended. Don't stop at the moment your fungus looks like it's gone, because it's never gone completely. It tends to make an ugly comeback when you're least expecting it. So do take the treatment for the entire length of time that's recommended. But what I would like to focus on here is what can you do to ensure you don't get fungal infections, and if you do get them, you don't infect others and don't keep getting infection again yourself. The first, of course, is personal hygiene. Ensure that you bathe twice a day, especially in the summers. Focus on the folds of your body and clean them out properly. Use an antifungal dusting powder like Candid or Mycos dusting powder to remove any trace of fungus. The second thing is wash your clothes really well. Do not re-wear them without washing. And my recommendation is to always wash them in hot water, whether it's a washing machine you're using or you're hand washing them. It becomes very important. Even more important is hot ironing your clothes, especially along the seams, because this is where the fungus tends to remain dormant and can act up again. Do not share clothing, do not share towels with any member of your family, because that tends to increase the transmission chain and it can keep coming back to you. The second thing is, do not wear very tight clothing. I know today the fashion is to wear tight jeans and jeggings, but the looser your clothing, the more your skin has room to breathe. Even sweat, if it forms, can get absorbed faster without causing it to clamp up. Therefore, do not wear tight clothing. Wear only loose cotton clothing, and ensure that, like I said before, don't wear the same clothes consecutive days. Do wash them out. Don't share combs, hair brushes, because fungus can extend to the scalp as well. Wash your towels every single day. Don't use the same towel 2 or 3 days running, because moist environment is something that fungus loves. So the more you leave your towels wet and lying around and they dry on their own and you use them again, the fungus is going to come back. Follow the instructions of the doctor, especially on how to apply the cream properly. And the moment you see, even after full treatment, the fungus is coming back, do run back to the doctor. If you're after the age of 45 and fungus keeps coming back, get your blood sugar tested. Those who are diabetic and pre-diabetic tend to get more fungal infections, and therefore if your fungus is just not getting better, get it tested. Do eat foods which will bolster your overall immunity, like have more antioxidation. Reduce sugar in your diet so that the fungus doesn't find room to multiply. Eat more of lactobacillus in the form of curds or even oral lactobacilli tablets, and focus on your personal hygiene this month to ensure that not just you're fungus free, your whole family is fungus free, but the dreaded fungus doesn't keep coming back again and again. Do write into me if you have any more queries, and watch me on this space as Dr. Aparna S, both on Instagram and Facebook.